Hey there, we're Shannon and Jerry Arner, your hosts of the Arner Adventures podcast.
We're a minimalist couple driven by intentional living and adventure.
Burned out from the 24/7 grind of running our business, we traded the hustle and the bustle for something more meaningful.
We parted ways with most of our belongings and moved to the coast.
Listen along as we chat about life's challenges, share inspiring stories of those who have taken big leaps to live a life outside of the norm,
and help you live with more intention and less physical and mental clutter.
Each episode is a step toward doing and being just a little bit better for ourselves and the world around us.
Life's an adventure after all. Join us for the ride.
It's the Arner Adventures podcast.
Hey there, everybody.
Hello.
We are, I don't know where you are, but we're in Western North Carolina. Let me tell you something. We thought when we moved, it was going to be a little bit of a break in the summer heat. It is not.
No, it's not at all. Well, these days it's warming everywhere.
Everywhere.
Every summer is warmer everywhere you go.
Yeah. I guess we don't need to get into a conversation about global warming on this podcast, but
it's just not our responsibility to do that. But everybody knows what's going on. So, but yeah, anyway, it's nice and warm and but there's been a good breeze, so we're feeling pretty comfortable around here.
Yeah, I hope you're enjoying your summer, whatever you want it to be, whether it's laid back or getting some things done or planning a vacation or whatever it is. So we hope today's podcast is maybe going to help in the latter part of that conversation about maybe planning a little getaway.
Everybody needs little summer getaways, so we're going to tell you about one that's practical, affordable, and fun for the whole family.
Yeah, and even if you're not in North Carolina, this is still a place that would be lovely to visit. We're going to mainly talk about it being a couple's getaway. So Our reflection is on behalf of a couple. They do have family-friendly things, but, that's not us. We're going to talk about couples.
Yeah.
If you have a moment, if you could please do us a solid and give us a thumbs up, a 5-star rating, and whatever platform you listen to us on, it helps us out so much, and we really, really appreciate it.
Hey, you've reached a certain age when you're excited to talk about your toilet.
Oh, man, and somehow that's where we are.
But seriously, one of our favorite upgrades in the house has been our Uncle Brown smart toilet.
Or as we call him, Uncle Brown, our favorite uncle.
The funny part is when we moved and started making this place our own, the walls weren't even finished, but somehow one of the first things we installed was a smart toilet.
Priorities and truth.
Exactly. And now I can't imagine going back.
I mean, it has a heated seat, automatic flushing, a built-in bidet. It's one of those things that you don't even realize you're going to appreciate until you use it every day and multiple times every day.
It's a little luxury multiple times every day, but one that makes everyday life better.
Which is kind of our thing, right? I mean, we don't need bigger or fancier. We just love things that make life easier and more comfortable.
You darn tootin', and everyone we tell about Uncle Brown says, okay, I need to know more about this toilet.
Right? Yeah. I mean, they're in our DMs. They're everywhere. Just tell us more about this toilet.
Yeah.
Well, we're telling you more about it.
Yeah.
Nobody expects the toilet to become a conversation starter.
No, but it is. Here we are.
If you've been curious about smart toilets or Uncle Brown and want to spoil yourself a little bit, head over to arneradventures.com/Uncle Brown to check out the one we're using and grab our discount.
Yeah, trust us. Once you've experienced the heated seat, there's no going back.
And yeah, we're really out here recommending toilets on a podcast.
Welcome to Arner Adventures. That's right.
Yeah, so what we're talking about today is Bryson City, North Carolina. Bryson City is probably most famously known for the Polar Express train. I think a lot of people know it for that. If you have seen the Polar Express, if you're familiar with Polar Express, they have around the holidays, they have the Polar Express train where you can go, and I think people take their kids and you get in your jammies and you kind of relive that experience that was in the movie. But we're going to be talking about that train, not around the holidays, but it is most famously known for that. But Bryson City, North Carolina is in the heart of the Smoky Mountains in North Carolina, Western North Carolina, not far from Tennessee. But wherever you are, whether it's a drive, whether it's a flight, whatever it is, it's one of those places that's really great for outdoor adventures like whitewater rafting on the Nantahala River, which we talked about, I think last year or the year before.
My favorite. Mm-hmm.
just exploring the mountains. But we wanted to do something different and explore kind of the downtown area of Bryson City that we hadn't explored before. And so we are going to be talking about how to plan the perfect Bryson City couples getaway, do it in maybe sort of a long weekend. And we're just going to kind of go through what we did and some of the things that we recommend. And hopefully it's helpful for you.
And I would think it would be. Well, we'll start with where we stayed, the Fremont Inn, the historic Fremont Inn with tree bark on the side.
Yes, the building had tree bark on the outside. It's
been there since 1920s.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you're stepping back in time when you go into the Fremont. It's got a really interesting history, which I can't delve all into right now because that would be a lot. But our favorite part of staying there was the porch from our balcony suite. That was really, really cool. Each morning started with coffee in the rocking chairs, and you're overlooking the downtown. You're way up above the downtown and overlooking the main street. And there was a nice breeze up there. You're nestled up there in the trees and everything. And that was just, whatever you do first thing in the morning can really set the tone for a day. And boy, did it set a good tone for the day.
Yeah, so the Fremont Inn is sort of has these different parts. There's a main building that has, I don't even know how many rooms, but there's a couple of floors.
Yeah.
And that's like the main hotel, right? And that there's a restaurant there, there's a little bar. That is the main part. So then there's a couple of little other areas where you can walk or you can drive to another little part of the property.
Yeah.
And there's another building. Ours was like a stone building that had, like Jerry said, the balcony suite that was overlooking, but the whole property overlooks downtown Bryson City. It's kind of up. I will tell you that the Fremont Inn, if you are familiar with Dirty Dancing, which if you're not, I don't even know what's going on here, but it really reminds one of the hotel from Dirty Dancing, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, no, I would think so too. Something that could only exist in the mountains,
Yeah.
And it looks mountainy, it feels mountainy, and that's most of its appeal, of course.
That was our home base. So day one, you kind of get settled in, and then we had a dinner. Now we had the restaurant at the Fremont Inn, they serve breakfast and dinner. Now you can get a place, you can get a room where the breakfast and dinner is included. That's actually what we did, where breakfast and dinner was included with our stay. So at night we had dinner. We actually took part in this special event dinner that they do. I don't even know how often they do it. Maybe
twice a year, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Twice a year. We happened to be there when they did it. It was an Italian wine pairing dinner. It's something that people opt into and pay for outside of the hotel to come to this dinner. It has multiple courses, of course, Italian, and then they're paired with selected Italian wines. The Fremont Inn did a great job catering. I think I was the only vegetarian in the room. Jerry is a pescatarian, but I was the only vegetarian. But they really thoughtfully accommodated that, as well as my tree nut allergy. The Fremont Inn is family owned. The family is there on the property, and the mother is the
chef.
So we were actually able to meet with her and talk to her about my tree nut allergy and how serious it was. And she is the one who really looked out for me and made sure that the food was good. And so whether if you're going there and it's the first night, go ahead and don't worry about leaving the property. Just have dinner there. It's really easy wherever you are. It's an easy little walk either to the main building, or it's in the building and you just walk down to the dining room. It's really great.
It's a nice setting. It has a big fireplace, kind of like the Asheville Hotel.
The Grove Park Inn.
The Grove Park Inn. And it has a cozy little bar off to the side. There's mother, son, daughter-in-law, her husband, which is the son of the mother that cooks, and it's a
Mm-hmm.
family affair.
Yeah.
And they're all very kind, and I think it obviously rubs off on the guests. They're all one big family, the family and the guests, because the guests come back year after year. We
Yeah.
ran into a few people that were there, and I think they had rolled in for the big event, the Italian wine pairing event, and that was interesting.
So yeah, so you have dinner and then you go and rest that night, hang out, just kind of settle into your place. And then you wake up the next morning. And the next morning is something that we could not wait for. It's something that we kept hearing about. We were like, okay, we need to do this. We wanted to go spot elk.
Yep. Yeah, that had been on the agenda, and by gosh, we did it too.
We did it. We drove. You do have to drive to nearby Cherokee, which is about 10 minutes away. And they say it's easier to spot them in the morning. So that's what we did. So not long after arriving, we saw one. And she was just kind of grazing by the road and seemed to enjoy being filmed from a safe distance, of course.
Yeah.
And they're very, very large. If you've not seen elk in person, they're pretty large. The one that we saw, of course, was a female. She didn't have antlers. So she almost looked like a really large deer/cow.
Yeah, no, she definitely did, and large is the key phrase there. Yeah, she a lot thicker than a deer.
Yeah.
But she was neat. Yeah, she was in the median of the road, grazing on grass, and all the traffic was stopping to take a look at her and get a picture.
Yeah. So if you want to see her, you can hit the show notes, and there's a picture there in the show notes of the elk. Of course, Cherokee nearby, and you can kind of hang out there if you want to. But we headed back and stopped at Darnell Farms. You know that time of year when the windows are open and Ruby and Nugget are in and out all day on the catio, and you just want life to feel a little lighter?
Yeah, and one thing we've had for all these years that still gets used every single day is our Cozy Earth stuff.
Their bamboo sheets are our favorite this time of year. They're cool, soft, and they don't trap heat, which is important because neither of us likes to wake up sweaty.
Especially me. I run a little hot, and I can definitely tell a difference.
But it's not just the sheets. We practically live in their loungewear. Some mornings start with coffee on the porch, then taking Rue and B for a walk. And before you know it, when we're heading back from the walk or an easy hike, we've not even changed.
That's what I love about it. It's comfortable enough for lazy Sundays, but it doesn't feel like pajamas. I've worn Cozy Earth stuff on road trips, around the fire pit, and just about everywhere in between.
And speaking of those Cozy Earth pajamas, I don't think I've seen you voluntarily wear jeans around the house in years.
Well, because jeans have no elastic stretch. And that's what I've gotten to like. The stretch knit pajama pants have ruined me. I wear them so much that if they're in the wash, I start wondering what I did before Cozy Earth.
He's not kidding, you guys. I think really, Jerry, you own jeans just to make appearances.
Probably true.
And after years of washing everything, the quality has really impressed us. On all of the items, there's no pilling, no fading, just pieces we reach for over and over again, including those sheets.
Yeah, whether we're working from home, traveling, hanging out with the pups and Nugget, or sneaking away for a little venture, Cozy Earth has become part of our everyday life.
And if you've been wanting to treat yourself, you can save on sheets, loungewear, robes, everything site-wide by visiting arneradventures.com/cozyearth.
It's one of those upgrades you notice immediately.
And one that makes coming home feel even better.
You're darn right.
Now, Monica, one of the family members, the owners of Fremont Inn, told us that a trip to Bryson City is not a trip to Bryson City if you don't stop at Darnell Farms. And she was right. We loved it. Darnell Farms is a working farm. It is one of those farms is categorized as agricultural tourism. So they encourage you to come and be hands-on and really experience meeting the farm animals and, getting around the produce. You can pick around the time we went, it's strawberry season, so you could pick your own strawberries. There were fields and fields of strawberries.
Yep.
You can do that, but you can interact with their farm animals. We loved that. We met some goats and a really friendly donkey.
Yeah, we did. We found out that a donkey is placed with the goats to protect them. And because I'd seen it before, it's like, why is there one donkey amongst all those goats? And we did not know that. So yeah, that was really nice. And we walked around, and I think Shannon mentioned we grazed through the area where there were strawberries and picked off a few.
And you know what? You know what else we did before we left?
We swung on the big swings.
Yeah, they have adult swings.
Adult swings, yeah.
And that was fun. I haven't been in a swing in a really long time.
No,
And it was fun.
That was fun. And yeah, so we were swingers. It was pretty interesting.
For a few minutes.
For a few minutes, yeah.
Mhm.
That left us with a good feeling. We along the little river that's running through there. A river runs through it, and it was just really a pretty scene because it's like farmland nestled in between the mountains.
Yeah, it was, which I'd
Mhm.
never seen before.
No, I hadn't either. I felt like I was going to see Julie Andrews walk up singing down the mountainside.
Yeah.
But so then, well, that was the rural, and then we moved on to the urban stuff. We wanted to explore the downtown Bryson City.
One thing we really appreciate about Bryson City is, like Jerry said, it really still feels like a real mountain town. So the downtown area is walkable. There are shops like boutiques, restaurants, local businesses to keep you entertained. So we spent time just kind of walking through town. You know, we're not shoppers. But there are plenty of those if that's your thing. Bryson City just kind of strikes a nice balance. So we walked through, we experienced, took in what there was. And then, at a certain time of the day, you want a nice cold brew. And so we went to beer at Mountain Layers Brewing Company. And this place we had seen before, but we hadn't stopped there. It's a brewery that has a rooftop area, and the rooftop is really where you want to be.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. There was somebody up there playing a guitar, and it was just a nice rooftop balcony, not a balcony, patio setting that looked out over all the people walking up and down the main street. And it happened to be a nice day, so it was really nice up there. And as breweries go, I thought it was just as comfortable as any I've been in.
Yeah, and even if craft beer isn't your thing, the setting really makes it worth it.
Yep.
The scenery is just really great. That night you can have dinner at the restaurant, which is what we did, or you can grab a pizza. We have all the recommendations of places that we went in the show notes. But let's move on to day 3. So one of the reasons, of course, that we love now being in Western North Carolina is how easy it is to get outside. So during our stay, we spent part of the day exploring some of the area's waterfalls at Deep Creek Trailhead.
Yeah.
And, the Smoky Mountains have no shortage of hiking opportunities. So it was really great. And even like shorter waterfall hikes like this one can really reward you with great scenery. It's totally worth it. Sometimes you have to hike a really long ways to see something amazing, but this one you didn't have to. It's something that was just simple if you want to see 1 or 2 waterfalls, but Bryson City really makes that easy. And so when you go and you park and you start hiking, and you can see a waterfall immediately at Deep Creek.
So we went and we took a tour and saw all the waterfalls on the trail.
On the Deep Creek side. Apparently,
the Deep Creek side.
Apparently that hiking trail can go a really long ways, and you can see quite a number of waterfalls. But in the Deep Creek trailhead area, there are 3.
Yep, and they were lovely. And it happened to be a really nice day for them too. So we enjoyed that. But, let's get to the
big draw.
The big draw. The reason we were there.
And the big draw for Bryson City.
Yeah. And now this is a new thing for them. And it actually, I think, I don't know in detail, but I think they got the idea from somebody out, and they'd done this out in Colorado. I learned from a passenger on the train that had worked was from Colorado and worked the end of that. Riding the Great Smoky Mountain Music Train. That was what we did. It was the Great Smoky Mountain Music Train.
Now, the Great Smoky Mountain Railroad, the Great Smoky Mountain Railroad is there all the time.
Yeah.
And it runs several times a day, anytime you go visit. And they have these special events, like at Christmas, they do the Polar Express train.
Yeah.
And what we did was we were there for the first Great Smoky Mountains music train.
Yep. And to explain that, you say, well, what does that entail? Well, I'll tell you. There's 5 cars Some of them have seats. Some of them are standing. I think two of them. The ones on the ends were standing, and the three in the middle had seats. And there's a musical act in each car. There's beer and wine to be purchased. There's different kind of acts, varying acts. There was
Yeah, that was what was really great.
full bands, or there was just like a little guitar duos, singing guitar duos, and they were all good. All acts were good, and all of different genres. Kind of leaned into Appalachian folk
Yeah.
kind of music
Yeah.
in general, but it did range from a sort of a straight rock band or two, and then the rest like sort of folk country kind of stuff too.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a really great way of experiencing new artists for us while also seeing these beautiful mountain views, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it goes from Bryson City this one went from Bryson City to the Nantahala Outdoor Center, which we've talked about before, for like a short intermission, and you can get off the train and walk around or whatever, and then you get back on, and then you ride back to Bryson City, and you can just move from car to car anytime you want. Like,
Yep.
and everyone was so wonderful. It wasn't like it got rowdy and crazy.
Yeah.
Everyone was hospitable. Is that the word? Hospitable?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Just very, very kind. It was great. And you know what? Now we have new names added to our playlist.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, there was some people that we liked enough to look them up, look their music up.
Yeah.
The train engineer, like he pointed out, hey, we're going around a bend. If you lean out, you can see the steam. The steam's going to come out of the train engine,
Yeah.
and you can get a picture of it, which we did.
We did.
Yeah, so that was the whole experience was just spot on.
Well, let's talk about what my favorite thing was. That was your favorite thing,
And
probably, the music.
Probably.
Oh, was this your favorite?
Well, it might have been this too. Yeah,
Okay.
this was just too nice not to be a favorite.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Okay. So you talk about unwinding before you leave your trip. There was this experience at a nearby, I guess like a resort place called Lakeview at Fontana. And this property is, of course, known for its mountain views. It's in the mountains the same way that like the Fremont is, kind of up, but it overlooks, instead of downtown Bryson City, it overlooks this lake called Fontana Lake. And what we did was we went and had a treetop soaking experience. You just wouldn't even believe this. So it's literally a soaking tub, a huge soaking tub, in like your own little sort of wooden cabana type thing up in the trees.
Mm-hmm.
And it's totally private. You can take your clothes off, get in the bathtub. No one's going to see you because you're so high up.
Yeah.
Like that no one sees you. You are literally in the trees.
You'll feel like you're in a tree house.
Yes. Click
the most expensive tree house you've ever been in.
click the show notes and you can see pictures of this experience. But you get in this giant soaking bathtub, enjoy some champagne like we did, and you can just spend a few hours in nature, just sitting in this hot, warm bathtub. They had some salts that we could put in there, some oils. It was the combination of just quiet surroundings, fresh mountain air, and just relaxing in this tub with some champs.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was so great. That was my favorite. We were there for 2 hours.
2 hours.
Yeah.
And boy, were we relaxed when we got out of there. I think we were relaxed just seeing what we were about to walk into, and then you get to indulge, and man, what a way to relax. I don't know if there is any better way to relax than that.
I want to go back and maybe stay at Lakeview at Fontana and do several of those soaking tub experiences.
Yeah.
Maybe one a day.
One a day.
It was really, really great. We highly encourage it if you're in that area to do that experience. The link is in the show notes for how to book that. So, as you can see, Bryson City just works really well for couples. I mean, it's just a great balance. There's plenty of things to do in Bryson City, which we have a blog on. You can click the show notes and see how many things there are to do, restaurants to visit, breweries, all that stuff. But we just really enjoyed this trip to, like, as a couple to experience some outdoor adventures, have a slow trip the way that we wanted. Watching elk, picking strawberries, a wine pairing dinner, music train, soaking tub.
Yeah. Just great walking, great scenery, a well-rounded affair.
Yes. I mean, for couples looking for a mountain getaway that has that relaxed feel, easy to navigate, Bryson City really checks all of those boxes.
It does. And we visited more than once, and each trip has looked completely different. And there's a reason for that.
Yeah.
We could keep doing that and find more things to do. There's just a well-rounded array of things for folks to do out there. It's and that's probably the best compliment we can give it.
Yeah, and no matter how many times we visit, because we plan on visiting again, Bryson City really keeps giving us reasons to come back, and we cannot wait to return. So if you want to plan your trip to Bryson City, North Carolina, click the show notes. There's information in there of places we recommend. But if you scroll to the bottom, there is a button that says Explore Bryson City for yourself. And that is the Bryson City website where you can start planning your own getaway.
If this episode resonated with you, or if you know of someone who would benefit from what we talked about, please share it with a friend.
It's a great way of supporting the podcast, and we really appreciate it.
Another way of supporting the pod is by leaving us a 5-star review or rating on the platform you are listening to us on.
And go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That also supports us. You can always find us, the show notes, and sponsors who support the podcast at arneradventures.com.
And until next time, enjoy the journey you're on. We're wishing you lots of adventures.
Bye-bye.